Aaron, perhaps Dr. Kingston, your physics teacher, describes you best when he says, Aaron is the most gifted and motivated student that I have worked with in 13 years of teaching physics. Over the course of his 4 years, Aaron won numerous awards at Weston High School. He was the recipient of the Board of Education Excellence Awards in Social Studies, Math, and Science. He was a National Merit semifinalist and a member of the National Honor Society, as well as our award-winning JETS team. Aaron also served as captain of our High School Challenge Academic Quiz Bowl team and was a member of our Key Club. Aaron is passionate about science. He participated in a physics enrichment program at MIT, a program on optics at Brown University, and was selected last summer for an internship at Princeton's Plasma Physics Laboratory. Aaron will be attending Princeton University this fall. It is my pleasure to present our second salutatorian, Mr. Aaron Carlson.
Members of the class of 2010, family, guests, faculty, and administrators, I am honored to be here before you to speak to you this evening. During our years in school, we all, at one point or another, questioned some of our teachers' purposes in teaching us what seemed to be meaningless rubbish. For example, in my freshman math class, we were forced to study sequences and series. Learning these random steps and arcane symbols required tedious study and rote memorization of the worst kind. I could not understand why anyone would ever think that it was a good idea to waste time on such a trivial topic. When could anyone ever need this esoteric junk? I was convinced that my teacher, the school, and the entire system were tormenting me for their own insane pleasure. As I became a senior, my freshman math teacher, and indeed the school itself, started getting a whole lot smarter. Lo and behold, those silly series and sequences, which previously had no conceivable value, became an integral part of calculus, which itself formed the cornerstone for physics. It turned out that the educational base that my teacher gave me as a freshman became valuable only years later. Long-term impact of my studying was far greater than I could ever have anticipated when I plodded through my homework. From this experience, I realized that sometimes the benefits of what we learn can take a significant amount of time to become apparent. Last summer, I had an internship at a research lab. Arriving the first day, I anticipated solving all the fundamental problems of particle physics in the 2 months ahead of me. When I was told that the machine I was supposed to work with had malfunctioned and become as useless as scrap metal, I realized that my expectations weren't quite going to be fulfilled. I ended up spending weeks troubleshooting, a tedious process at best, before I was able to start the research project. I had to take it one step at a time. In the end, I was able to make a small contribution that, while hardly Nobel Prize material, was a tiny but significant part of the overall project. This experience taught me a valuable lesson. I learned that making an impact in the field of science would require making a series of small, often tedious steps that hopefully brings value, though it may be many years later. As I had the revelation that the benefits of work may sometimes be apparent only in the long term, I realized this can be true not only in science, but in many different aspects of life. Everything we learn, even if it seems irrelevant at the time, could impact us. Learning the properties of rocks, studying the philosophy of Kant, or exploring the beauty of Rococo art may not seem to relate to our future careers, but may in fact still have value. In my years at Weston High School, it has become clear to me that we all have the potential to make an important impact in the world, but we may have to plod through some mundane, seemingly irrelevant tasks along the way. As we go forward in life, to college or elsewhere, many of us will only want to learn things that have direct practical value or immediately apply to our chosen professions. What I would like to suggest is that in many cases, the value of a particular thing we learn may not be apparent now, nor even for years. We'll not always comprehend all the ramifications of what we are currently learning and doing. But by allowing our knowledge to build, slowly and steadily, we will find our horizons broadened, and we will be able to succeed at whatever we do. Thank you.